Question 14, the last question. And it is the last question. It's got some nice parts later on, some tough parts. But we can get these marks here just by starting by putting the x into the equation here. So I've got y equals 6 minus, that's 3 plus 2 sine t minus 3 all squared. And look, the 3's just cancel out. So we've got 2 sine t all squared. And that's 4 sine squared t. Now, that's not quite what we wanted, is it? But then maybe we should think about some of those old double angle formulas. That cos 2 theta is the same as 1 minus sine squared, 1 minus 2 sine squared thetas. So 2 sine squared thetas must be 1 minus a cos theta. That's some formulas. And we've got 4 of them here. So we've got 2 lots of this bit here. 2 lots of 1 minus cos 2t. And that's 6 minus 2 minus minus is plus 2 cos 2t. And there's what we wanted. 4 plus 2 cos 2t. That's required, maybe. So they always fit that. Now part B, we'll do it wrong to start with. Let's do this, because initially what I'm thinking is I've got to try and draw this graph. And I know what an x squared graph looks like. An x squared graph looks like this, doesn't it? It's an x squared graph that's been translated 3 to the right. So I'm thinking 3 to the right is here, and it looks like this. But it's minus, so I need to reflect it, so it looks like that. And finally, I need to add 6 to it, so it's going to be up here. So let's draw that a bit neater now then. So I figure that it's going to have a point up here at 3, 6. And sort of my thinking was going to be that it's going to be a quadratic looking like that. And look, it almost is. That's a really good answer. But now look back at where it came from and look back at this and try and think, well, how could I have had an x value of 0 here? Because the highest this could ever be is 3 plus 2 is 5. This could never be bigger than 5. So I've actually got to stop it somewhere. And how low could it be? The lowest it could ever be is 3 take away 2, which is 1. So again, I've got to stop it here. Now, putting the 1 into this, I figure out that it equaled 2 there. And the same when you put the 5 in. And so the answer I was getting was just and only this part of the curve here. And so that's because it's the last question. You've got that nice bit. Look, when I saw that bit there, I didn't think of it. But then when it said it briefly explained why it doesn't include all the parts, well, it's because the range of x is simply x is between 5 and 1. And that would be enough, I think, to explain that it was going to be there. So that's part B. Now, part C we'll have to have a little think about, so I'll pause this.